All right, guys, welcome. Starting a little bit earlier today. Kind of a slow pre-market until BOXL kind of did a little bit more. We did have IGC, which was showing some pretty nice dip opportunities, but I was busy uploading that last video you guys just saw with Trade Journal and or that you guys may have seen. So I didn't get any pre-market trades in with IGC. So let's go ahead and review. I think IGC and BOXL, and then we'll kind of get the day started here. This pullback looks kind of interesting. So BOXL, man, this has been a recent runner several times. It just kind of is always popping up on our scanners. 13 million float, U.S. communications company with a Samsung's partnership for U.S. Educational EDU market. So they're looking like they want to tackle some problems there. What do you mean I was awake? There's no... Look who just woke up. Yeah, so what was I just saying? Yeah, I mean, BOXL, the one thing about this one I'm a little bit weary on is, you know, the backside, we're on the fact that we're on the backside of a move. I always want to be a little bit cautious on those setups. But right now, you know, the selling volume has been very weak. That's a pretty bullish sign. We found some really big support around 1.17, and now we're popping higher again. We're kind of getting close to this $3 zone, so we had a pretty healthy pullback on BOXL. But you know, just keep in mind that the volume. Let's see actually what the volume's like. Let's go to the hourly. You know, right now pre-market, not too much volume, but you know, BOXL doesn't always have the most pre-market volume, so this is nothing to be too worried about, I would say. I know we have huge support around 2.5, so this is an area I'm keeping a close eye on, and that's actually an area pre-market where I did a little bit of a dip trade on right when we broke kind of 2.5, and then I was looking for a retest of 2.5. Which happened, but I took my profits a little bit too soon, which was fine. Just use a small position size, just kind of, you know, wet the whistle a little bit. So there we go. That was my BOXL little pre-market trade. Nothing too crazy, but it is what it is. Let's see how this one turns around. It's 9:13 now. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we got some more volume coming in at one point and maybe see a bit of a reversal here. Kind of a lot of sell pressure coming in right now. 360. $262. Maybe we'll get one more trade on this one. Let me just watch it a little bit longer here. 261. There probably will be a decent amount of back holders on this one. I don't imagine it being that bad after the selling has been kind of going on for a while. Had a few spikes where people were able to get out of their positions. $3 is really the place to crack. That's going to be the place where I think we're going to be watching this one quite closely. So that was just a pullback to 259. That was not too shabby there. You know, we've traded BOXL several times, not just on the unlimited account, but also with the other 25K challenge account. Those trades aren't popping up here. This is just, you know, this is a constant gapper. This one is ripe for just these constant moves to the upside, but they oftentimes don't hold the high. So that's a little bit of something to worry about. We're also on our, you know, the last one was very, very recent. This was a multi-day run, which looked pretty good. Again, $3, big resistance, making me a little bit nervous with BOXL out of the gates for sure. 4 or 5 minute red candles. Yep. We got the 5-minute 9 EMA right here. This could act as a bit of support temporarily. We might have a retest here to VWAP. Interesting stuff for sure. And then let's quickly talk about IGC. Try to figure out how we want to trade some of these tickers this morning. 34 million float on IGC. US, I think it was a conglomerate company. FDA approval on initiation of cannabinoid trial. Cannabinoid, I think I said that wrong, for Alzheimer's patients. Kind of an interesting catalyst there, I gotta say. you know, it was gapping up much higher, about 75%, but it gave back a little bit, now kind of hovering around the 30%, giving back pre-market part. IGC was a, you know, a parabolic move several months. Actually, this is like 2018, end of 2018. So, you know, keep that in mind. This thing, who knows how many back holders are still holding it from these last spikes. But IGC, you know, kind of looks really similar to the way BOXL has their little gap up days, and most of them fail. So just keep in mind out for that. We do have several gap up days with some continuation as well. So it's a bit of mix for BOXL and IGC. Long-term charts are probably okay. Not really too bad. What I'm nervous about is if you go to the hourly chart, you can see that IGC has, you know, had in the past some really aggressive sell-offs, and I just don't want to get stuck in one of those. So I don't know. We'll see how we want to trade this at the market open. I missed again some dips on it pre-market because I was not trading pre-market. I was uploading a last video, but I don't know. We'll see how this thing, you know, starts trying to open up here, and I'll probably make up my mind a little bit closer to the market open. For now, I'm a little bit undecided. Would be cool to see some red to green move here into like the 0.85 zone, but that would be a pretty big dip. So I'm not sure if we're going to see that. Maybe we already found our low and we're going to start pulling higher again. We pulled back about 26% from pre-market highs, and in this area about 27. So pretty much the same on those two pullbacks. So kind of interesting how those turned out. We'll see what we want to do. Right now, I feel like getting aggressive here in this area near VWAP is probably not the right idea. So for now, I'm just going to leave it as it is, and then maybe in the market open, we'll trade this one. IGC, though, on my second screen is where I'm going to have it. On my first screen, I'll probably be looking at BOXL and some other tickers, and we'll kind of go from there. BOXL is kind of like IYEG yesterday, where just a lot of potential, or EYEN yesterday, where there was a lot of scalp potential. I was having some issues with EYEG actually. Probably worth talking about here, because I was actually going to trade this one pre-market, and if I just go in with, let's say, 100 shares at $5, I get this issue: open transactions must be placed with a broker for this security. That means there's something going on that in this company that TD Ameritrade does not trust, so they require that you call them if you want to trade this company, probably for the better. Who knows what the issue is, and that makes me kind of nervous. So big reason to be a little careful with EYEG if you're looking into it. Ooh, wow, IGC really popping up here. Came out of nowhere land, this little break of VWAP. This is looking actually much better than I was expecting. I just had to move my fan a little further back. It was blowing in my eyes, and I felt like that was going to irritate me in like 2 hours, or like at least in 30 minutes. Well, yeah, I feel like we got plenty of time here before the market opens. I guess, yeah, we started the stream early without really too much activity going on. Usually, I would have thought I would have been maybe in a trade or something, but I wasn't. So let's just kind of get started here in terms of housekeeping, just to get that out of the way. So then we are ready to go when everything starts looking a little bit more tasty. Whew. First of all, guys, good morning. Welcome back to the stream where we first review the watch list like we just kind of did, and then we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone's feeling good, loose, ready to go. It is Wednesday after all, traditionally or statistically a more volume day, just like Tuesday and Thursday. But so far, it's been a little bit slower, but sometimes on a slow start, you get a bit more activity into the open. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. This is actually how it usually is. I think we've been really spoiled with pre-market activity. If you like pre-market activity, if you don't like it, then you're not spoiled, but just kind of probably annoyed at it. Anyway, we got another, like 10 minutes now before the market opens at 9:30, and we'll wrap up trading usually around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Quick reminder for all that's new, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. My trades are quick and not meant to be followed. Always know yourself while you're entering and exiting a stock. Know what your targets are, especially your stops. This community is a place to help each other, guys. Please do not spam or you will be put in timeout or kicked by me or one of the mods. Check out the video description below for some FAQs. And yeah, let's continue looking at our tickers. IGC, still watching it. Nice little touch off of the VWAP and 9 EMA. A little bit front running kind of came on here. Definitely a lot of scalping potential on IGC as well. BOXL with a really, really nice retest here of VWAP. Let's see how far this one is going to go. You know, like I said, I think 2.5 is huge support. We now know that we had a low of about 240. So maybe we'll find some support there as well. I'm not sure if we'll have a perfect double bottom, but let's just go ahead and kind of mark this 240 area so we don't forget. But I would probably be looking to buy maybe like 50 or before 40 if we had a red to green move. Again, I have no idea if that's what's going to happen, but let's keep an eye on it. IGC just had a huge pull off to $1, had a nice retest in that area. Actually, quick little reminder, this is something I had some issues with just like last week. The spread on IGC is god awful, so you have to use these plus and minus buttons to make the spread look a little bit nicer. Just be careful like how fast you click it, let it load for a little bit. My biggest issue is I clicked them too fast and TOS was too laggy and actually ended up not really getting the results I wanted, so you just have to kind of give it some time here. Now you can see that the spread is much nicer. Sometimes it still has issues, but for now, step in the right direction. Yeah, see, it just had issues again. Making a ticker like IGC very hard to trade on TOS, which is a little bit unfortunate. Always good advice taking profits, yeah. Especially with the history on IGC, like we talked about earlier when we first started the stream, has a really rough history, so just, you know, keep that in mind. Anything between like 9 and 0.95 could be great entry zones, but we'll see how this thing flushes. If it flushes, I don't know. I gotta say, like, I'm not really too thrilled this morning. This is kind of unusual that I don't see something that I really want to trade. It's a bit weird. MNPR popping up here. Those likely viruses unlikely to progress to severe. Okay, coronavirus news up a bit. Very light volume though. Could be okay if you have a small position, but that's not really a reason for me to want to trade something. Resistance at 11.5. Looks like we're about to reach that. I'm not sure how I feel about MNRP. Looks like has about a 10 million shares outstanding, 80 million float. I don't know if I'm going to be trading this one. I most likely won't, but we'll see what I end up doing. Another 4 minutes here before the market opens. I see you guys calling out BOXL. Is it popping again? A little bit, little small moves. I probably think IGC is probably the more interesting one. I'm a little bit nervous how it's going to open, but kind of found some support on IGC, so that's might be a good sign. Let's see if it has some sort of double bottom or whatnot. I don't know at the moment what I want to do. For now, I'll probably be pretty chill out of the gates and maybe look for a red to green move, but I don't know. We'll see. If something starts popping higher, it could be actually a great time to do a pullback, but I don't know. It's a little bit more undecided. Let me just run to the restroom quickly. We got a little bit of time here. Put some water in the face. I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh yeah, quick question. Before we get started, is everything all right with the microphone? I did an update on my laptop, Windows update, and I had massive microphone issues this morning. I re-recorded that video I made twice, which was really annoying. But I think I figured out the issue. But let me know if it's too quiet or too loud, or if, okay, it sounds good. You're good. Okay. Loud and clear. Perfect, perfect. Happy to hear. I was kind of nervous about that today, I gotta say. Nothing worse than an update where all your settings are adjusted. It's like, cool. Cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for that feedback. 2 minutes, guys, till the market opens. What are you guys looking at? What are your guys going to be trades out of the gates? Are you not trying to make any? Oh boy, this will be interesting. Best thing to do if you're unsure is just start with small position size or not trade. AMTX, MNRP. MNRP was also an interesting one. We'll see how this one. Whoa, MNRP actually just spiked. All right. The most important thing, I think, is sometimes to think about what is the most obvious move? What's the most obvious leak gapper that everyone's looking at? And actually, MNRP might be it with that catalyst. You know, this wasn't a recent runner in terms of, you know, yesterday there was a big spike like BOXL. So this one, we could see some really decent follow through with it, especially with that small amount of shares outstanding. Look at the volume on this as well. This looks pretty good. It's definitely risky, but which small cap isn't risky? So I like what we're seeing on MNRP. I'm actually surprised it just had its little explosion sensation here. 25% move. MNRP is not listed on Finviz, by the way. All right, guys, 17 seconds till the market opens. Good luck, everyone. I'll keep an eye out for BOXL, MNRP, and IGC. Here we go, 7 seconds. BOXL at 62. Let's see how much support these guys have. If it cracks 50, I probably would consider start buying. IGC kind of in a little bit all over the place. A lot of sell volume out of the gate so far. MNRP holding higher. Just realized my order book was all messed up. IGC looks kind of interesting, guys. Might break $1.03. Already up about 6-7%. Gonna put a limit order at 53. I'm not sure if we're gonna really go that low, but I'm just gonna keep it there for now. Big sellers on 250. IGC, huge explosion so far, looking strong, looking really, really strong. BOXL finding some support here. Not sure if it's going to keep pulling off. I'm not going to chase it though. IGC, watching this one on my other screen, fairly close. Gotta say, this one is pretty impressive so far. Was not expecting such a strong move out of the gates with this one. 13% move now from the low, IGC. Ooh, Michael, ugh, that's not sounding too good. So MNPR, I think, is really our probably lead gapper today, without a question. My scanners aren't updating right now. BOXL trying to break. IGC, huge pullback here to 103. Could be an interesting entry. I'd probably be a little bit more conservative with it. I wouldn't be surprised if this one had a double bottom not too long from now at about 0.95. Yeah, my scanner on TOS is also blank, which is a little bit annoying. Wow, yesterday's open was so different than today's open, for me at least. But hey, MNPAR RP, guys. I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised this thing hasn't. Actually, never mind. I was gonna say it wasn't halted. Definitely is halted. It's gonna actually open up here again at 36, 936.20. So let's watch that. I think it's gonna be good fun to watch. IGC had about a 3% bounce off the dollar. Congrats to anyone that got that. Yeah, MNPR. Maybe I said it wrong. Dude, the tickers always confuse my brain a little bit. The tickers are tickling my brain. So IGC, again, kind of waiting for a possible pullback under 0.95. I'm not sure if I'm going to trade it otherwise. we'll see how we want to treat this one. MNRP is going to open up really, MNPR, sorry, I said it wrong again, is going to open up really soon here. Basically, another minute. Nice, Steven. That sounds kind of good. My alert on BOXL did not go off. A little bit annoying. TOS is really laggy right now, and I don't think it's just my laptop because this is extra laggy. My alerts are not going off anywhere. MNPR selling off. Ooh, strong sell here towards 11 right away. Gotta say that pullback was a bit stronger than I would have guessed, down 23%. Another dip here, really strong stuff. Definitely a bit of a dip ski. Could be a really good entry here. A little hard to manage your risk on a stock that trades like this, but around, it's like 1070. Honestly, how slow my computer is going right now, I don't even think I would want to trade this, even if I wanted to trade the actual price action. I just don't like the insane lagginess here. BOXL might have another pullback. I'm going to put BOXL on my second screen. Wow, another big dip. Possible entry here at 33. Like the fact that this thing's a bit overextended right here. Small position size, no new negative news coming out. Got an entry at 28. Small, tiny, fifth of my ideal position size. It's really small trade on this one. Might have another fill here if we go close to 10. All right, I have a half position size now. Let's see. So far 10 is holding a bit here. 10.15. It's like still a lot of sell momentum here. 10.15 back at 10.05. I'd be looking for a retest at about 11. Strong sell pressure here. You can see that there is a bit of buying going on. Possible flush might be coming down just a little bit here. 1035. Some movements in the right direction. Just taking this one really, really slow. Watching BOXL, this one's pulling back again. $10, 10:30, 9:40 a.m. here Eastern Standard Time. Looks like this one's breaking 950, not really what I wanted to see. Low at 970, 980. I like the fact that it did break 10, but bounced right back up. Actually, oftentimes that is kind of a good sign to see so many buyers kind of coming in this zone. So let's keep an eye on this, see how long it holds 10. Congrats to anyone if you got an entry under 9 or under 10. If you took profits and if it works out. Let's see what happens, 982. I think the biggest issue I'm having with this one is just the way my order book is flowing here, a little bit slow. Oops, I forgot to change good till cancel. $75. I'm gonna get stopped out of this one. Gotta manage your risk. Took an okay size. All right, I stopped out of this one, taking about $100 loss here. Not too bad, about a 5% loss, totally in my area of risk. The only problem is I sold as a market, so technically I might have sold at the worst spot. That is just a little bit unfortunate. I did not like the fact that 10 was an issue, and I was thinking several times to maybe get out of this one, but it is what it is. Didn't bounce as strong as I was hoping for, so I think that was probably the biggest point of concern with MNPR. So there it is. Watching BOXL, guys, this one's pulling back. Possible entry here. MNPR. I gotta say, it looks tempting for a secondary entry, but that might be a bit more emotionally fueled. I do think, if this one does bounce, it could be a pretty sweet bounce at some point. So let's see what happens here. Watching BOXL. Possible entry at 43. Huge sell-off so far on MNPR. We're down about 34, 35%. It's a very, very strong sell-off. Have a bit of a double bottom here at 930. This could be a possible reversal. BOXL at 42. Yeah, there's the reversal going back to the 6% up. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. BOXL has huge buyers at 43. Still a decent selling pressure on BOXL. IGC making some really nice moves overall. Bouncing, BOXL bouncing a little bit. So a little bit slow here for me. Let's just kind of keep an eye on and see what happens. IGC is really probably the more interesting pick. I was looking for a quick trade on MNPR, but I didn't get it. Took about a 5%, maybe 4 to 5% loss, which is around my my max stop. So totally okay trade there. Just used, you know, decent size, so dollar amount shows a little bit more. IGC. I gotta say, I'm quite impressed with IGC. Really kind of gained some momentum and made some solid moves. I was not expecting this. Still watching BOXL. Anything in the low 40s might be an interesting setup. Entry on BOXL at 41. How high can BOXL go? Possible tap back to the 9-minute. $243. Would love to see it get chipped away, but still a lot of sellers on it, I gotta say. I'm going to stop out of BOXL at break even. Still more selling momentum on this one than I probably would have wanted. So far, it was a good decision. Popping back above here. Was thinking about an entry at 38, but hesitated for a second. Possible entry here at 39. Maybe we can get that retest that we were originally going for. So same idea as before. 240 needs to really get chipped away. This was a big area of issue. And then 243 as well. So can we hold above 240? This is the big question. Some more buying activity going in now. Possible entry at 244. I mean, possible exit. Let's give it a little bit longer here. 242 could be getting chipped away. Let's give this one more attempt here. 241. I like the amount of buyers though that kind of came in on it. Closing again for a small scratch. Man, oh man, not getting the bounces that we want. But guys, if you don't get the bounces you want, it doesn't help to blindly hold. Sometimes you get rewarded for it, but oftentimes it means there's something wrong. I do think BOXL could be a great entry soon here, but the selling momentum on it is much, much stronger than I was anticipating. So I just had 2 scratches in a row. But the buyers are there. You can't deny that. Going to 41. I'm just going to go ahead and close this order for now. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough, guys. It's tough. IGCE, man, this is the one I wanted an entry. You can see my limit order here, but I was a little bit more pessimistic on this one than I should have been. This one runs up here 57%. And just keeps getting halted. So congrats to everyone that wrote IGC. I gotta say, this one blew my mind a little bit. So really, really, guys, good stuff. Congrats. Steven, how do you buy these drops, Alex? Yeah, I don't know. I think if you just do it enough and you get used to it and you know it works. I mean, this has been one of my best months, and so couldn't really complain. But yeah, I mean, it's tough because that drop was so wicked. I'm not really sure. I mean, MNPR, yeah, that was just, I should have just got out of that trade quicker when the bounce was weak. BOXL, wanted that re-entry at 238, but I missed it. Now it's at 242, 243. I would have took some profits, and I would have been probably back in the green on the day on that trade. So let's just kind of keep watching it. Yeah, fair enough. I definitely missed IGC, so I should have been focusing on IGC instead of MNPR. So yeah, that was just, it did not work out. Here we go, BOXL back at 38. Man, BOXL is just really getting pounded so hard right now. But besides IGC, I don't really know what I'd want to trade. MNPR just keeps selling off. Possible entry at 36. On BOXL. Had a quick dip. Yeah, it's not the most romantic ticker to be trading, that's for sure. I want to watch the IGC open. That's why I still have it on the main screen. I want to buy 100 shares, yeah. Day trading Tesla is probably not the worst idea. So many possible dips on BOXL, guys. Just be careful. Don't hold one of these too long. You can kind of see that BOXL is just still selling off. That's why I kept on getting out of my trade when it didn't work out. Either your thesis is right or it's wrong. It doesn't really matter which one, but you just got to stick to your stops. And that's how you just do it, you know, over and over again. Build up some nice portfolio. Yeah, our entry on IGC was so close. In hindsight, we just picked the wrong one today, I guess, huh? Bit of a red day so far for me. Down about $87, mostly from MNPR, actually all from NNPR. Tough day, guys. IGC, I mean, the fact that this one is really the best thing we got, I find that a little bit surprising, but you know, I wish I was a little bit more focused with IGC instead of MNPR, because this one had that really nice breakout and then quick pullback here to $1.05. This would have been the time to be trading it, and I think that's when my nose was deep in a different trade. I don't know, it's tough to say. IGC should have opened up here, but it's not, which means maybe it was halted because of this catalyst, this news that came out. It's tough to say. Put alert here. Not sure when it's going to open up. Most likely in 10 minutes, which would pretty much mean at 10:01:56. Oh, Paradox. Sorry to hear, man. So look at MNR. This thing continues its little slow descent. Found some support at 867. Only bounced about 5%. I don't really see a reason why I'd want to trade this one anymore at this point. I took my loss on it. It is what it is. Was looking for a nice bounce off of 10, which we actually kind of got. But I did not close that position. So I should have been more aggressive on it, actually. I should have went with bigger size at 10. And then sold for a very quick base hit. That would have been the way to trade MNPR. So right idea, wrong execution, which is a little bit unfortunate sometimes, but it is what it is. BOXL finding a bit more support now. Percentage-wise, BOXL just moves very slowly, which isn't that exciting. I hope we get something else popping up on our scanners, because right now it just doesn't look that hot. IGC is still halted. BFRA. I see you guys calling it out a lot in the chat room. I've yet to look at this one. I'm not really sure what's going on with this one. Not a lot of volume today. Halted. Circuit breaker halt. I'm not sure why this one's getting halted here. Doesn't have a lot of volume. Out of my price range. I don't know. I wouldn't trade this one. I don't see anything interesting about it. Also just has very low volume. Yeah, BOXL popping back from the dead. Nice to see that. A little bit unfortunate. Should have bought that last dip. I actually had a limit order at 32, but we only went down to about 34. So I missed it by 2 cents, which on this ticker is actually kind of a lot. So not really a close miss. Yeah, yeah, 1AP Pro doesn't really seem too interesting. Yeah, Joe, TOS is definitely a little bit slow in the mornings, and sometimes it's very stressful. I've actually had months where I was on the phone with TOS support because of glitches and all sorts of nuances that I had to get reversed or whatnot because my TOS just was not responsive, or it was placing me in trades that I didn't even get into. So it's a bit of a weird platform sometimes. If everything's working well, it's nice. But it's definitely a big if when everything is working. Wow, it's already 10 o'clock, guys. This is, the day is kind of flying by, I feel like. IGC finally opening up here. This might continue its halt. Had a quick pullback and continuing its rip onto Neverland. This is huge. Buyers are jumping on this very aggressively. Woo, congrats to anyone riding this, man. Nice, Michael. Huge. Yep, it will definitely flush at one point, but so far, it's a pretty nice run. It's well over the last run it had from, let's see, this is like 100% run. Actually, never mind, but it's definitely getting in those territories, 80% or so. Big volume today. That's good to see. Good to see. Looks like we have bigger resistance here in this zone. We're kind of approaching it, and then again around like 2.4, 2.3. See how far it can go. On TOS, you don't see how long it's halted for, but most stocks are halted for 5 minutes. And then you get, your unusual ones like IGC that occasionally does 10 minutes. $180 Pro, woohoo! Nice, man, congrats. Yeah, maybe, Gabrielle. We'll see. Just remember, it has very low volume. We're talking about like 20,000 shares, which makes BFRA a lot of people are very cautious about. This is really nice, guys. IGC. I like to see gappers like this. This is solid stuff. I can't wait to see a bit more like this one in the next few weeks. I guess summer's over. Maybe, I don't know. This is a back to school kind of setup. Do 100 shares, I can afford it. Yeah, I mean, it's not about being able to afford it or not, but it's not really my setup. So, I mean, that's just unnecessary trading, and then I'd be, breaking some discipline, and I don't know. I don't want to go down that road. BOXL, this one, does that one last dip that I had a feeling would happen, but I missed my entry into it, and now it's up quite a bit. But still the slow mover BOXL, you know, like a perfect, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big green candles, and it's only up 5%. That's nothing. You know, we want tickers like IGC where you have a few 5-minute candles, and that's a 70% move. That's what we're looking for. It can be fun. That's true, Michael. BOXL on the daily does not have that much volume, guys. Just keep that in mind. Something definitely to be a bit more cautious about. But I do like the fact that 2.4 kind of seems to be holding again. This is actually looking much stronger than I would have thought. Eugene, blame it on the toddler. Blame it on Michael. Oh yeah, interesting. BOXL, really strong move here. Back at 249. I gotta be focused on this one. Tiny percentages, but this might still be one of the better plays. EYEG popping up here again. 5 million float, US biotech, FDA path to develop combi production. But the problem with this one is the way TOS was not allowing users to trade it, which makes just is super unfortunate, honestly. AAL had a dip, but finding some support here at 13.6, so I'm not too worried about AAL. Still in a clear upwards trend, just like BOXL. My God, this one. Man, I butchered BOXL quite a lot today. I had a pretty decent first trade on it, but you know, didn't ride any of the bigger momentum to the upside. And then here I managed my risk well, but I forgot I did not get in on this final last dip. So a little bit painful to look at sometimes, I gotta say. Big flush here on BOXL. Let me pull up the 4-hour. Let's just look at it. I like the 2.4 support that we kind of tested. 4-hour looks fairly okay. It does have a decent amount of sell volume though, something to be a little bit weary about. Man, honestly, if you could pop BOXL, a 2% move on it, that's already like a really good move, which is a little stressful. I think even a 1.5% move would be my target on BOXL if I got some sort of dip on it. It's pulling back again here at 45. Looks like it's going to crack 45. This could be a bounce off at 2.4, maybe even below 2.4. It's 10:10 already. Wow, today's flying by. Oh, RKT guys just broke 20. Space is below 18. Woo, the whole market is selling off. Might trade some large caps today. I mean, this thing's moving no faster than BOXL, so wow, quite the sell-off on RXT here. 1950 might be chipped here. Sell-off is happening, looks like for no reason. In terms of, I don't see break of 950. I would probably consider maybe buying this one. Not sure if it will break though. Boom! Look at that bounce. 1%. Nice. Good to see that. Someone just asked, am I trading BTC? No, not actively. One sec. Ooh, RGC now halted down. Look at that, hit the high of 2, like we were thinking about, now halted down. Tough one to trade, very, very tricky. I'm looking at RKT and Space. I actually might do day trades on these. Every time there's less excitement in the small cap world, I tend to find that large caps have more momentum. Space is also a possible opportunity. I like that it hit 17.8. I'd look for a bigger move under 17 though. Yeah, I mean, it looks like honestly today on Space and RKT and even BOXL, like a 1.5% move is actually pretty good. This last move was 3%, which is a pretty big drop. Possible entry here at 24. Possible entry at 26. Doesn't look like I got filled. BOXL still pulling back. RKT at 19.44. Nice little bounce there. I was looking for a trade in the 20s, but I missed my entry. A little bit unfortunate. I wouldn't really be holding any of these too long, as we still are on the way down. But 2%, you know, you could be trading these pops left and right, so kind of exciting stuff. Nice bounce on RKT. A little unfortunate that I missed the move on it in terms of just getting my fill. Really nice pop. I should have been a bit more aggressive on that. I really like the 20 zone. It is what it is. Slow day for me today. Ah, Eugene, so you're the one who stole my entry. Just kidding. But nice move, man. David, nice, congrats. Wow, IGC. I mean, it should have opened already, but it hasn't, so it might be another 10-minute hold. Small position size, only about 1,200. Yeah, it's 1,200. Smaller position size, little entry fill. Yeah, it looks like BFRA is still going. Still has very light volume. Don't really see why I'd want to trade something like this. Who knows how far it's going to go, though. So congrats to everyone making money on it, but it's not in my risk tolerance zone. You could easily get a 50% drop on something like this. It's just not something I'd want to trade. It's hard to be consistent on a ticker like that. Michael 29 share. Yeah, that's a. Now there's a fill. Yeah, David, our average trade is about 3 minutes long. I'm also a long-term investor. I have a long-term portfolio. I have a dividend portfolio. I have a swing portfolio. This is just my day trading portfolio. This is what I do for the market open till about 11 o'clock. But yeah, day trading is definitely not for everyone, and you got to figure out, you know, your strategy and really stick to it and learn a lot about it, or else it's very easy to just kind of throw money at stuff and not really understand what's happening. But that's like with any other profession in life. I mean, you don't just randomly start becoming anything. I don't know, you name it. Day one, you're hitting the ground running. Anything that is worth it takes time, and just like day trading, it takes I would say at least 6 months till you're probably really in a good groove. Alex is a sniper. Yeah, I try to be. Sometimes my snipes are a little ridiculous, but we have a video on the scanner we use for our trading. It's in the video description below under the FAQ section. RKT selling off again. I wonder if this is going to be the first pullback towards a longer reversal to the VWAP? I'm kind of thinking it might be, but it's not really what I wanted to be trading with RKT, so I don't know if I'm going to do that. Yep, Harley, very, very true. Paradox, oof, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I'm not totally sure. With this new strategy specifically though, we started in like December, like the last week of November. And then we were pretty much consistently profitable by like May. I think it was May. I think that was my last turbulent phase. And then after that, it was pretty much smooth sailing. And then when we left the limited account, the cash account, then it became much cleaner. So yeah, I would give yourself 3 to 6 months, at least 1 quarter of a very conservative low position size, a lot of studying, and just staying consistent. Try not to trade too many different strategies, or else you're going to stress yourself out and you're not going to get better. That was like my mistake when I first started trading. Like for a whole year, I was all over the place because I was constantly trying too many different things. BOXL having a nice little bounce here off of 2.4 going to 244. Had a reversal around 237. Interesting moves across the board on it. I need to get a bit more aggressive with my scalping here, as today seems like scalping is the only thing that is really going to happen unless you're stuck in the IGC. Oh, IGC just opened up here. Down at 169. Yeah, I mean, everyone's going to be adjusting their plan. I always make tweaks here and there. But yeah, it's kind of like finding your groove and then constantly tweaking it. Ooh, IGC, guys. Who's going to be buying this dip? That's the real question. Last time we had a dip like this, it was like a 27% pullback. I pretty much mean, pretty much in this area, we'd be seeing pullback. This is about to get halted again. IGC out of the halt is going to be kind of interesting. It might really find some big support right at VWAP or so. Let's see how we trade this one. Michael, man, sorry to hear. Honestly, this is why I don't really ever feel FOMO on a ticker like IGC, because it's super easy to miss the run up and it's super hard to get out with the halt. So it's just a constant nightmare. In at 148. Hopefully you get a decent exit. I'm praying for you, man. Yep. That's the catalyst. 34 million float too. US conglomerate. With a 34 million float, IGC, I gotta say, is really moving a lot. But you know, under 50 million float is always what we're looking for, but ideally under 10 million. Those are the ones that really spike much more. Oh yeah, fair enough. 100 shares. Nothing too crazy. I use the scanner inside TD Ameritrade. I have a video on the scanner setup if you're interested in the video description below. There is a Discord group, Manas, again, in the video description below. I have all the links to all that stuff. And the first link in the video description as well, /connect, is I have all the important stuff again on that link. Yeah, me too, Jose. All right, let's see if we can figure out a trade here. I'm kind of like watching BOXL, but I've kind of let this one. I missed a lot of trades on it. I don't know. I have yet to get aggressive again, which is a little bit unfortunate. 10:26 here. I wonder, did I already get my last trade in on the day? Oh man, I hope not. That's kind of unfortunate. I don't know. BOXL is holding the highs pretty okay. I wonder if this is going to be kind of a late morning runner, starting around 240 support zone. Kind of constantly seems like it has some energy. Just play small. Yeah, it's good to stay active. Yeah, I totally feel you. I should have been a bit more active with BOXL for sure. I wonder if BOXL is even going to trade anymore. I mean, the volume has really fallen off a cliff here on BOXL and might just continue pulling back. That's a bit what I'm worried about. Still a lot of sellers on the order book overall. Nice, Justin. I'll check it out. CCL, Carnival Cruise Lines. Yeah, big sell-off here. Actually, I've had my limit order here at like 14.5 for a while. This is a big dip, huh? No joke. 5% big dip. Oh man, dude, I almost never trade large caps or day trade large caps, so I feel like 5% is just such a funny size. It's like this 15 zone has some interesting activity. There's definitely an opportunity for a bit of a balance. 1.5% move is just so slow. That was almost a perfect touch on this support zone here. Man, I could have been scalping these little ones all day though. I'm really not a big fan of tickers that get halted this much. A lot of evening runs. Good to note. Ooh, 245 is a huge amount of sellers on BOXL. Chipping away at it though, very strongly. BOXL is gaining a little bit of momentum here. It's held the highs constantly pretty well. 245 is a huge amount of sellers, but BOXL is chipping away at them. You know, Samsung partnership for U.S. education market. That's a big partnership. That's a big market as well. 13 million float, so it does have the ability to move quickly, but it just has not been moving quickly. Might be worth to do a few more trades on it, depending on if we see the right setups. I'm just not really convinced. Tickers get halted when they move more than 10% in the last average of 5 minutes. That's called a circuit breaker halt. BOXL with a quick pullback to 242. Nuts again. Honestly, today's one of those days where it's kind of just better to wrap it up unless you're really nailing some of these scalps, which could be the case. I mean, we're just getting super gnarly looking tickers like BFRA, which I honestly wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pull. Oh God, it has less volume than this spike. I got to say though, after the spikes, the pullbacks are aggressive, but they tend to bounce again. So if you could nail the dip, maybe around 25, it might be worth trading. But I definitely wouldn't touch it in this area. Huge resistance at 40. BOXL was really one of the ones I was looking at closely today, along with IGC. I missed IGC, and then BOXL. I could have, should have, would have been a bit more aggressive scalping it, but I wasn't. Who's making excuses? I'm just speaking my mind here, thinking out loud, basically. This has been a phenomenal month, so I'm not at all like upset with anything. Just kind of evaluating what's in front of me, thinking what to do, and sometimes wrapping up is the best decision. BOXL, look at this, 248, impressive. I gotta say, this one is constantly making pretty decent moves to the upside. I'm constantly underestimating this one. Percentage-wise, it just does not have big returns, but it's almost like trading a large cap. Let's check out Tesla. Yeah, we have a Discord chat as well. Again, all the information, check out the video description below. We got an FAQ section, and we got a bunch of quick links. I don't think I've ever day traded Tesla, thinking about it now. BOXL, guys, really getting a bit more volume here. I'm quite surprised. Yo, Satoshi. I'm actually down today, like about 80 bucks, which is kind of unfortunate. This is going to ruin my green streak if I wrap up trading. We've been green now since last Friday, so really nice, like 7-8 day green streak we've been on. Yesterday, bringing home 400 bucks profit, so pretty nice. But yeah, today just not really getting the moves I was looking for. Are you also red on the day? Yeah, but at the same time, Michael, locking in those profits were so tricky, I think, with IGC. Just really, really tricky. I mean, this thing just pretty much halted every time. So getting out would have been really, really tough. Now it looks like it's trading again a little bit more normally. Nice to see that. Nice, Steven. Nice, Satoshi. Congrats, man. Ooh, quick sell on BOXL. That was a mean move, huh? Woo, Eugene, nice one. Yeah, man, you got the entry that I missed by literally a hair. So congrats, man. You got quicker than I was. So good stuff. Happy I could help with it. That was a sweet one, huh? Up to 1990. Wow, you wrote that. Solid move, man. IGC making some interesting moves back here. Would probably consider trading this one on a double bottom. SRNE, let me see here what this one's up to. Big old dump. Nice, Kirill. That was a really, really good idea. Yeah, I remember we were talking about that. Had the big resistance. Good thing you got out. This one had just, ridiculous signs of weakness. Could actually be a good re-entry here around 10 again. Yeah, we were talking about the $20 zone. Good stuff, man. Happy it worked out for you. what is that, 138 or 134 all the way down here, about 32% dip. Nice, Satoshi. Amen, Kirill. Is RKT still a trade? I'm not really sure. I wasn't really looking at it anymore. That was a beautiful, beautiful bounce. 5%, that's actually pretty mean. There's no way I would have got all 5%, but we just missed this fill by like literally a second, which is definitely a little stressful. I'm not seeing as clean of a trade anymore, but this could be a pretty interesting opportunity at some point. BOXL dipping here. $9.45 came out with news. It's not the nicest time to come out with news. Watching BOXL on a possible entry at 40. Bouncing here a bit more. BOXL looks like it's definitely been on the backside. I don't think this is just a bit of a pullback. Yeah, Tristan, I could see like 234 would be a really serious dip. I'd probably expect something like a first dip around, I don't know, a crack of 2.4 and maybe turning around at like between 36 and 38. But yeah, eventually it will definitely probably go below 234. $10.46. Let's see if IGC pulls back one more time. Still watching BOXL. Appreciate it, Tristan. Yeah, it's always sad ending a green streak, but at the end of the day, it's super kind of irrelevant at the same time. But you know, tell that to your brain. 10:48, guys, getting close to 11 o'clock. Chances that I did my last trade was pretty high. I tend to do my last trade around 10 o'clock. It gets more and more rare that I trade after 10, and I really like it. I've been doing my best trading that way. I notice after 10, I start getting really sloppy. So sometimes I have really nice trades after 10 o'clock, as long as I'm patient and I wait for the right setup. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to be patient. I definitely should have got more aggressive on a couple of dips. But let's see what happens. Keeping an open mind here. Look at IGC pulling back. Possible big support at 41. BOXL selling off a bit harder now. Ooh, entering this ticker is always a complete nightmare. Possible entry at 140. BOXL still selling off 240. Could see that interesting zone popping up here soon. Possible double bottom on IGC. I don't know, long on it could be interesting. It's hard to say. My God, the order book is so annoying on IGC. I can't lie, man. It's freaking me out. Had my order at 140. It looks like it's at 141 sometimes. Ooh, how is somebody supposed to trade like this? Just got an entry at 140. So there's a big sell-off here, a bit of a double bottom, looking for a bounce in this area. Oh man, I just realized my share size was off. I was like, my God. That was the biggest amateur hour mistake I've probably made. Maybe we'll get a second fill at 140. So far the thesis is still correct. Another fill here. Possible second entry at 39 or 38. Another fill at 39. Smaller position size. Bigger buyers coming in now. Average at 13976. I'm not really trading a VWAP bounce. I'm really trading a double bounce here. It just kind of is a coincidence that VWAP is here as well. I like the general amount of buyers coming in. This dip happened and a lot of buyers came in. This crack happened. Sell volume was low. Those are all fairly bullish signs in my eyes. Again, taking a pretty small position size on this one just because the way it's been halted. Lowering my position size is the easiest way to manage risk. Possible break here of the 9-minute EMA, that's what I would be looking for. Not getting the move that I was looking for. I was thinking about taking, cutting out of this position, taking about like a 2-3% move on it. Probably would have been the right idea. But was expecting to at least kiss VWAP, 9-minute EMA, and I was looking to get out at like 40, 43. So I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Was that, overly greedy? I wouldn't really say so. But interesting little play there. 1056. Ooh, BOXL popping higher again. Kind of impressive how this one holds 2.4 so well. I wonder if it's going to be really kind of like a mid to late day runner, like you guys were talking about in the chat room. That could really, really be the case. Appreciate it, Kyle. Yeah, so I had to manage my risk here a little bit. I gotta say, this is the weakest break of VWAP I've ever seen in my life, and I feel like this could be quite a turnaround. Back to 39. we could see that break about the 9-minute. That'd be what I was waiting for. So right idea, maybe wrong timing. I don't know. It's tough to say, but it's always a little stressful when you just had the wrong timing. But you just got to manage your risk. Let's see, 139, 138. The decimal places definitely cleaned up on IGC. That's one of my favorite parts about it right now, actually. BOXL, man, between 2.4 and 2.45, it could have been scalping all day long. $141, $142. Yeah, looking back, IGC, I should have just took that base hit, but was looking for just a little bit more of a move to 143. I think I said it was 142, 143. That was the move I was looking for. So I had the right idea, wrong timing, a little bit unfortunate there. It is what it is. Boom, that would have been the trade. Yeah, 1AP Pro, totally true. Yeah, I'm still not really seeing any trade that I'm super convinced about. I do like the way BOXL is holding the high. So I think in the recap, I'm going to love to look at BOXL, see what it did. I'm going to give it a little bit longer until we do our recap just to kind of get an overall, let these play out a little bit more. But I do like what I'm seeing. IGC could be setting up for that flush that I was so worried about. But yeah, volume is fading. At one point, you got to walk away, and we're getting really, really close to that time of day where I like to walk away. BFRA, I really probably just won't be touching it. It could happen, could have a nice break, but again, it's just, to me, it's a pure gamble. It's hard to manage your risk. I like to do trades where I know what my risk reward is, and I can do it consistently. That's what I like to do, and I don't know. BFRA could be a fun one to throw some money at, but who knows? IGC does look like it could be a bit of a turnaround story here. I like that it didn't flush again. That's a really, really good sign. Very low volume on it. Yeah, this is the part of the day where this is why I wrap up at this point, because I feel like by now I don't have the clarity that I had pre-market, and I would just be, convincing myself to enter trades. So I think once you get in that mindset, you just got to walk away, which is totally fine. It's been a phenomenal week, and it's been a phenomenal run for like what, 7-8 days now. We've been green, so really sweet every day. Yesterday we made about $400. Today we're giving back 110. Not a big deal. It is what it is. We managed our risk well, and we didn't even have any sort of max stops or anything like that get hit. So it's a totally fine time to wrap up here. And then hopefully tomorrow we'll be back at it, a little bit more focused and a little bit more clean setups. From the get-go today, I wasn't really a biggest fan of the market. I'll still trade it because I like to kind of keep a, what's it called, where you don't take your eye off the ball. Keep my finger on the pulse of the market. But yeah, so traded likely today, and it was the right idea. By trading not aggressively with lower size, I managed my risk well. IGC had a small loser just now. PR, this was a bit of a mistake. I should have got out of this position quicker. And then we had the small win with BOXL. What I should have been focused on today was trading BOXL again and again and again and again. Because this one, although it was a slow mover, had really kind of predictable moves. And I was constantly watching them on my second screen, but I never actually traded them. So a little bit shame on me for not trading, I guess, the most obvious clean setup for me. But yeah, if there's a lesson to learn today, I think that's probably it. You know, if you just see the one that's constantly doing pretty decent, good risk reward moves, why not just focus on that one? It was a little bit all over the place today, and that's probably the biggest takeaway. I think I did the lowest amount of trades I did today in a really long time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a very small amount of trades we did today. So yeah, I think it goes to show how much I didn't like what we were seeing. So can't really complain. All right, guys, I will see you then first thing tomorrow morning, and I'll see you guys in the recap video as well. Don't forget to check out Trade Journal with the new import feature. It is mind-boggling cool. At least I really like it. Let me know what you guys think about it, and I'll be happy to check on the feedback we get on it for it. BFR8 halt again. I can't believe you guys are really crazy about it. But hey, everyone's got a different strategy, man. And hats off to everyone that has a strategy and it's working. You're sticking with it, even if it has nothing to do with mine. That's not what it's about. So. Congrats, guys. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao, guys. Thanks. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, guys. I really appreciate both things. Ciao, cacao. Out of here. How do I turn the stream off? The daily struggle. BOXL finally broke 2.4. This is why you leave at 11 o'clock. Everything after 11 is just danger zone. Unless we're trading power hour in the evening. Oh, there's a big fly here. This looks like mosquito.